All right, we're going to look and see what you guys highlighted. Again, these were things that I felt were most important, but you might have highlighted a few different things, and it's okay to have a few differences. We just want to kind of stick to the who, what, when, where's, why's, and how's. So I thought it was really important. What did she do? She wore men's clothing and cut her hair. Who? She was called Robert Shirtliff. And why was she able to blend in? She was really strong and had lots of muscles from all of her hard work. She was injured twice. She removed the musket ball or bullet herself. She didn't want to get found out. 1783, a win. Benjamin Garrett, a who. What did they do? They were married and had 3 children and adopted. How did they live? Well, they were very poor. So what did she do? She spoke on a tour and she dressed in her military uniform. And then who? Mr. Paul Revere. The British are coming, the British are coming. He helped her get a pension. A pension is just money. When you stop working in the military, they give you a little bit of money, kind of like a retirement, to honor you for your hard work. She lived with her son, Ahu, and Sharon, his wife, in Massachusetts, a place, a where. And in 1827, a when, she died. In 1883, she became a heroine. All right, so after we read our story, and we're going to use this same kind of procedure throughout the next few weeks, so kind of get in the groove, we're going to look at our vocabulary, and these vocabulary words, of course, are more advanced 6th grade level words. So I'm going to go through each word just really, really quickly, and then let you move on. So abandon, to leave. If you want to write little notes, that's always a good idea. To be envious of something, to want what someone has. If you ever need more time, you can just pause your video and then you can start it back when you're ready. Fascination, strong interest. A feat, act of courage. Heroine, an admired woman. Pension, money when you retire. Resented, to be hurt by something. Oops. And secured. Secured. If something is secured, it's guaranteed. All right, so the next part of your lesson for today is to finish your vocabulary. You're just going to write the words in. Remember that just like with our wordly wise, sometimes you have to add an S or an ing or an ed or take it off. So be aware of your formation of the word. It might need a suffix. And then write 2 new sentences using 2 of the words from the box. Then when you're done, I'm going to ask that you answer the 6 questions on the back. These are comprehension questions. We have 4 that are multiple choice. You're going to use your test taking strategies on those. Finding the verb, if there's more than one right answer, proving and disproving, going back and rereading. And then we have our questions. Why did Deborah leave her job as a school teacher? And notice that it has 3 lines, which means it wants a full sentence. Complete thought. Why was Deborah's disguise believable? Again, a full sentence. And then your final thing you're going to do, and we're going to actually work on this a little bit together. So if you look, go back to your chart. So you can do those other 2, vocabulary and the questions, on your own. So it says guided and independent practice, complete the vocabulary and the comprehension questions. So I'm going to put a check next to that. And then today, you're asked to complete a graphic organizer. Be sure to include text evidence in each square, as well as your analysis or explanation. And we're going to do the first one together, and then you're going to finish the other one on your own. So I'm going to go ahead and put a check next to this one. All right. So our first one, it says, so how was she an everyday hero in history? So what did Deborah Sampson do as a young woman? And what did she do later in life? So what were some things that were ordinary, and what were some things that were amazing? So we're going to mark, like I said, we're going to mark a couple. And we're going to do this one together, but you're going to do the next one on your own. So what was something that Deborah Sampson did as a young woman? I'm going to go back and look at my text. And let's start. So let's stop here. This would be a young woman, the first page. So what were some things that she did? Oh, you might have said that she learned to read and write. A lot of people didn't do that back during this time. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know how to read or write at all. Read and write. All right. Oh, I put that under the ordinary, didn't I? Oops. I'd say that's pretty amazing. Let's find an ordinary thing. What was something ordinary? She was a servant? Yeah, that was pretty ordinary. A lot of people were servants. Anything else? Something that most young women might be able to do. Oh, she did spinning and weaving. Like it. All right, we already have read and write. What's something else that was extraordinary that made her stand out in history? Yep, she dressed as a man and joined the army. All right, now, this is the key part because this is the standard we're working on, providing text evidence for each square. So I need something, and I'm going to find text evidence for each one because you know me, I always go above and beyond. But you can just find one text evidence for each square. So I need a quote that says something about her reading and writing. So where would I find a quote that says something about her reading and writing? Mark it right here. She worked hard on the farm and spent her free time learning. That's pretty extraordinary because she worked all day and then she spent her free time to learn. So remember, we use quotes for text evidence. She worked hard on the farm and spent her free time learning. ... Quote. Now, at any point, if you feel like you need a little bit of extra time, you're just going to pause your videotape and take as much time as you need. Or if you like a different quote, feel free to use a different quote. So these are the ones. When we're practicing it together, we always do the first time. We practice it together, just like in regular school. All right, now I need something about her dressing as a man for the army. Ooh, Deborah's disguise was believable because she was taller than the average man. That's a great detail. You could have also used this about her being so strong. Deborah's disguise was believable because she was taller than the average man. Quote, Deborah's disguise was believable because she was taller than the average man, ... End quote. All right, take your time to write your text evidence. It can be your own. It doesn't have to be this sentence. There's lots of sentences to support this idea. All right, now we need something that shows that she was ordinary and that she became a servant. Something about her being a servant. Deborah spent 10 years as a servant. Ooh, I like this one too. The older children, she was sent to live and work in the home of strangers. I really like that one. Sent to live and work in the home of strangers. Quote, sent to live and work in the home of strangers. All right, one more. Spinning and weaving. Spinning and weaving. Pretty ordinary. A lot of people knew how to do that back then. So I need something about her spinning and weaving. Spinning and weaving. She sat at the spinning wheel, listened with fascination as she sat at the spinning wheel. Quote, she listened with fascination as she sat at the spinning wheel. End quote. All right, now your last part that you need to work on today, and this is moving a little bit into Tuesday's work as well, but you need to think of at least one way that she was ordinary, and then you need your text evidence. You need at least one way that she was amazing, and you need text evidence. Don't tell me she listened with fascination and then quote, she listened with fascination. You need to pick an idea and pick a quote that gives a little bit more. All right, I'm going to stop us here. When we come back for tomorrow, I'm going to pull up and I'm going to show you what you can do for your writing assignment. All right, have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.